What's up, everybody? It's your boy Sheik here on this beautiful Sunday. I just wanted to go over some things and teach you guys some things that I use every day to find some good plays, to find some swings, find some daily movers. One thing I really use a lot is the Fibonacci retracement. Here I'm going to show you guys exactly how how to use it to find some really good swings that can pay out over time. First thing I want to show you guys is how it worked on nvda, and then we'll try to find another setup similar like that, which I think I found for the next coming weeks. As everybody knows, nvda has been on a roll, but the thing is nobody knows where it's going, correct? But if you use Fibonacci, you can kind of take the guesswork out of it and kind of predict where it might be a good spot to short it, long it, and all that good stuff. So Fibonacci, first thing we want to do is we take it from, one of the lows right here, and this is a good low for me because, after that we never trended below that. I would use this and push it to the all-time high. Now, everybody's always asking, how do you know what levels are going to hit next after an all-time high? Well, that's when the fibs come into play. Now, we, drew it to our all-time high. Usually stocks like to come back down and test their, golden pocket is what I like to call it, which is the 61.8% fib retracement to 78.6. We bounced in this area, which was a great place to buy the dip. Obviously, we missed that, but not a worry. We headed straight to all-time highs, right? We broke the all-time high, but we didn't really know where it was going to reject, right? So we added this negative 2.36 retracement, which kind of gives us a target. And if we zoom in, we can see that right here you could have started shorting anywhere close to 420. Obviously the levels right here, so 420 would have been a good area. Obviously you can see it went back down, test the top of this gap before I made another move. So that's basically how you could have found a level to start shorting at least for the short term. So we can take this and use it in other tickers, but first I want to kind of show you guys what to look for here. So we retraced off this rejection back to the top of this gap. Now, the way we know this on where we're going next is you look at the range here. We're at about a $50 range, I'd say, before we break out of this little bull flag. So usually the measured move is going to be about the same. So it broke out of this flag, and you can see almost another $50 move right here before I pulled back down. So now this candle, this bull flag that I formed, 404 to 440, is another $40. Now if it's looking like it's breaking out of this flag again, if nvda breaks out again, the next target would probably be around 460. So 460 is what I'd be looking for because we're creating higher lows here. As long as it doesn't it breaks out this flag, I think it's going to go to 460. Obviously 440 would be a good spot to watch for as well. Previous high, break it out as 460. So if you want a safe breakout. But now let's flip here and try to find another setup, which I'm really looking at lately, is Apple and Microsoft. Apple, as you all know, has broken all-time highs. So what we can do here is check it out. Here, I'll delete this so I can kind of show you guys what I'm looking at. What we want to do is take our fib tool. Now we're going to look for a low. We could probably use this area right here. Draw this all the way to the previous all-time high. Boom. We drew that. It doesn't have to be super accurate. We're not trying to, pinpoint the levels because we're going to be playing contracts that are maybe a month, 2 months, maybe 3 months out. So we drew that. What we want to do is go into properties and add the negative 0.236. And we're looking at a price target of around 218 area, sorry. So we've broken out. We broke out. What I'm looking for is this area right here. So I've also looked at the flow, and there's a lot of out the money calls coming in for Apple. So I'm going to be looking to play this, obviously. 200 is going to be a psychological level, as we all know. So we can have some resistance here. But break of 200, this is the next level I'm looking for. So we can get some calls. I would like to see us fill this gap, but I don't think it's going to happen. But if we can at least come back down and test this 191, the top of the gap, take some calls, out the money maybe 2 months out, maybe a month out, of 200, 205. Those should print really well. So that's what I'm looking at. The other one that's really interesting to me, Microsoft. Now Microsoft, nobody really freaking talks about, but as we all know, I've drawn my Fibonacci's here. You can use the monthly. Now I never came back down to test this this golden pocket, which is fine. You know, it had a big level right here that it used to bounce off of 225. Now we drew it from a low to a high, and then we added our 0.236, which gave us a target of 428. Now what's really interesting about Microsoft, as you can see, it went and tested this all-time high and rejected. But if we go back down to the daily, if someone can tell me what we're looking at, obviously I'll wait a few seconds so you guys can try to think about it on your own. We'll wait like 5 seconds and I'll give you guys the answer. Alright, if you guessed a cup and handle, great. This is exactly correct. You can see this bottom, rounding bottom forming, and as we headed here, we rejected at the high, and we created a little bull flag here. A break of this and the level should send us flying to 430. Cup and handles are one of the most strong breakouts you can have. Let me pull up an example and you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about when I say a cup and handle is very strong. Let's see, open this image in a new tab. We'll bring it over here so you guys can see it. Cup and handle, as you can see, looks textbook to our cup and handle we have here on Microsoft. Oops, sorry. Let me do that. Cup and handle, boom, boom. Similarities are there. Rounding bottom, handle right here, breakout coming. So this is what I'm going to be looking for. Now, I'm going to look for an entry on the hourly. Hourly, as we can see, we based out right here at 340. We've been holding that level, creating a little bit of a flag. The other thing I like to see is the RSI is curling. Bullish divergence. We're heading back up, which means a break of this is probably going to take us to a bigger break of this cup and handle. So what I'm looking for tomorrow or Wednesday, depending on when you're playing, is a hold of this 340 level, possibly 338, for calls for us to bounce up here. You can take short-term calls for 350, and if we break 350, I would swing some bigger positions for our ultimate goal, maybe 2 months out to this 428 level. So this is what I'm looking at, breaking down Microsoft. We can use this in different scenarios. I've also looked at AMD here. Come on, AMD. Let's go to the monthly. Now, this is something else I was looking at. Obviously, AMD, from if you take it to the all-time high to the recent low, you can see it retracing to the golden pocket and then rejecting. So this is, Fibonacci's are a great tool to use because there's no bias. You can't just draw lines where you think so. It's all technical. It's automatically drone free. But let's test out our little theory here. We're in the monthly. See what this does for us. So we can go to this low right here, to this high. As you can see perfectly, I didn't, no bias on my end. I didn't draw this beforehand. I drew it live. From low to high, retrace back to the Fibonacci level, the golden pocket as I like to call it, as everybody calls it. Held that, pushed up, rejected on the other golden pocket, which was a downtrend. Now, we can see this next level right here, this 100. We could come back here, but I think we've hit another resistance at 110, that gap we filled. Now that we filled that, I think we're headed back up. My target is obviously the all-time highs. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen right away. It's going to take time, but I'm swinging 125 calls. I think we're going to blow past 125. I honestly see a 150, 140, 150 range in the next couple months. So this is something to keep an eye on, as NVIDIA's been pumping. AMD's going to pump. Qs are pumping. The whole market's pumping. We're in a bullish trend now. So keep an eye on AMD. Swing some calls. It's a good time to get in still. We got plenty of time. So this is how I use Fibonacci's to find some big moving plays. I'll make another video on how I use Fibonacci on intraday, but for swings, bigger moves, this is how you use them. I hope that this video helped everybody out. I'd like you guys to comment, like, share this video, subscribe if you want to learn more. I want you also to comment what you guys want to learn next. I'll try to make some more videos like this. But I hope you guys have a great Sunday. If you're out on 4th of July, be safe. If you're not trading tomorrow, which I'm probably not, come back Wednesday. I'll see you all on Wednesday morning. And like I said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this video. And if you want more up to the minute reporting, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DTKChic, and then find me on the Discord every morning in the DTK Discord, giving you guys some banger plays. Peace out, y'all.